Hello children, we are again here to discuss regarding the science of class 6 and your chapter is components of food. The first chapter that we have discussed was food, where does it come from? And you have come to know that the food basically comes from the plants. There are some animals who are herbivores, they only feed on the herbs, that is the plants. Carnivores who feeds on the animals, that is the flesh and all. And the omnivores, those who feed on the other animals and the plants as well. So they are both plant and animal eater. They are both plant and animal eater. Well, right now we see the components of food. You know, food is the most essential of the life because the food gives the total organisms the energy by which the organisms, whether it is a plant or an animal, runs its life. Either by the energy, they move, they run, they work, even they eat, sleep, everything by energy. Now there are the food. Food is giving you the nutrition. Now what are the foods having there? First is that the components. You have come to know about the food, and there are in all, according to the science, 7 components are there. First component of food is the carbohydrate. Now children, in India, most of the people that they eat either rice or wheat as they make chapati, and rice, that you know everybody takes the rice. So rice and wheat are the main supply of the carbohydrates that is done by this. There are other carbohydrates are also there, the cereals like maize, millet, etc. etc. Now this carbohydrates makes the main part of the food. In the country like Japan, they are all rice eaters. So rice is having a very, very important part of the food. On the other hand, in India also, equally the rice and the wheat is eaten. So the carbohydrates, they give you the basic food. You get many, in many food you get the carbohydrates. Alright, this is the carbohydrates. So you get wheat, rice. These are the main ingredients. Then you get getting maize, millet, etc. Milo, etc. And then, what is there, you know? Coming to these carbohydrates, the carbohydrates gives essential energy, and it's the common general energy for the all living beings. Well, the carbohydrate is the most important ingredient of the food which gives the energy. Now right now you see the second ingredient is fat. Now fat we get in 2 ways, plant fat and now animal fat. Now you might say, what is plant fat? Now fat is the ingredient of the food or the component of the food which gives the instant energy. Carbohydrate is a common energy giver and fat is the instant energy giver. Write down an example. Suppose boys and girls, the students, while you are playing, running or doing some activities, what is happening? You are wasting much energy, using most energy. That time the fat gives you the supply of the energy because they give you the instant energy. So fats give that And then fats we get from plants. Plants we get the fat from almond, cashew, groundnut. Have you had groundnut? Yes, groundnut, which in Hindi called mungfali. Well, so what are you saying? That groundnut, cashew nut, and all those are having plant fat. Plant fat is little bit of easy to digest. And on the other hand, we have the animal fats also. In animal fats, you know, some of you like mutton. Some of you like chicken. In except of that, there are people like to have beef, they like to have the other meat like pork and etc. So by doing that, they take the supply of the animal fat. Animal fat is little bit of difficult to digest and they are giving the instant energy. So I told you right now that plant fats we get from the almonds, we get from the cashew, we get from the peanuts and etc. And animal fats we get all kinds of bird meat, that is the chicken and all kinds of animal meat, that is mutton, goat meat, sheep meat, even beef is the cow meat or buffalo meat, and then you have the others like pork and all. Everywhere you get that. Next is the protein. Now, what did I say about the carbohydrate? Carbohydrate, the energy giver. The energy giver. The fat, instant energy giver. Instant energy giver. And then we have the proteins. The proteins are the building material. Building material. That means they are building the body. Cells, tissues, muscles, all those are made up of proteins. Proteins usually are made up of nitrogen, sulfur, etc. Main ingredient is nitrogen, sulfur, and also phosphorus. These things are there for the protein. Protein gives you a body mass, building up the body. So, proteins we get right from animals and plants. Animal protein that we get, proteins from animal that we get from meat, fish, and all other kinds of chicken, etc. And proteins we get from plants, that we get from plants' pulses. Children, the pulses are known commonly in our country as dal. So there are several kinds of moong, masoor, lentil, arhar, etc. etc. All those are the pulses. Pulses, different kinds of pulses belong to soya bean and also rajma. All those are also the proteins. These proteins are plant proteins. And meat, fish, chicken, egg, these are the animal proteins. So proteins are not only giving you the body building, but proteins, the children, you must know, they are the body builder. They produce and prepare all kinds of enzymes present inside the body. And as well as the proteins also make the poisons. in various ways, in various kinds of protein makes the various ingredients. Here we don't have to discuss about the oils. Here we will go for the proteins that they make the food. There are several, things are there which we get from the proteins. Like soya bean. There is a comparison between soya bean is a plant protein, but each has lot of power. 6 kgs of milk and a huge weight of meat can be compared with only 1 kg of soya bean. That means soya bean is a master protein. It is having lots of protein. And as it is plant protein, it is easily digestible. It is also easily digestible. So you get fish, chicken, eggs and all those, and soya bean from the plant protein. The most food materials usually contain more than the nutrients. And one more thing, the children, the protein should not be eaten in excess, because the body does not keep the protein inside. The protein does its work and it goes out from the system by your excretion, by your excretory matter. So you must not have lots of protein. Well, then what is happening? So protein we will take in a controlled manner, so that will build our body, and the proteins, plant proteins are different kinds of pulses, except that the soya bean, rajma, and all those kinds of pulses, etc. And animal proteins, meat, fish, chicken, egg, etc. Now one more thing, the milk comes to all, because milk is known as the wholesome food. Milk is known as the wholesome food. So milk is a wholesome food. What do you mean by wholesome food? Because a person can live only by drinking the milk. Only by drinking the milk. Because milk has all the ingredients, all the components of food. So he or she or the one who only drinks the milk can live only with milk. So milk is a wholesome food. Remember, it is known as the wholesome food. Well, we come to the next part of it. The minerals. I'll explain the vitamins later on, because vitamins have lots of things to be discussed. Right now, we first will discuss about the minerals. Minerals and salts. Minerals and salts, they are called. These minerals and salts, you see, almost all cooking we need salt. That is actually the common salt which we use. Common salt, when you grow up, you know the chemical formula is sodium chloride. And the earth has lots of seas and oceans from where the salt is obtained. Right now the salt is iodized by the order of the government, because that prevents the disease called goiter. So that is not the discussion, is the salts. Now minerals. You get minerals in different ways. By the leafy vegetables, by fruits, even along with the water. So all those minerals, they go and perform their work in cell to cell. And whatever mineral is required by your body, that has been supplied by your food. So minerals are very essential, and they help in the growth of teeth, nail, etc. They make your bones strong, teeth and nail, they gives you a little bit of flexibility also, and many other problems are solved by the minerals. Okay, they give you a little bit of immunity also. Well, we come to the vitamins. Now Now, vitamins are the guard of the body. Guard of the body? Yes. The body is an organization, and in this organization, the nervous system, and in the nervous system, the brain is the key because it directs all the other systems to perform the work. It has another system which is known as endocrine system or the system of coordination. It coordinates all the body parts so that no system can be stopped or delayed to do the work. So all this is done by the order of the brain, and that is being controlled by the brain through endocrine system or through the system which consists of various kinds of biochemical enzymes. And that is known as the hormones, and that is done. So hormones, they are biochemical enzymes, they do hormones. So anyway, we come to the vitamins. Vitamins are the guards of the body. Vitamins are classified in, alright children, so we were discussing in the beginning regarding the minerals. There are three more things regarding the minerals of them. The calcium and the phosphorus. Calcium and the phosphorus, they help in making blood bones and all those strong. And then we have the iodine. I told you earlier also, the iodine is most essential because iodine prevents the goiter. And that is why government has made it essential to mix iodine with the salt, because every cooking requires salt, almost everything. So salt is need to go inside the body to prevent the goiter. And this iodine also increases the hormone thyroxine and helps it to work properly. Well, then iron. You know, the iron actually produces the blood cells in the body. And deficiency of iron causes anemia, which is a dangerous disease. The loss of blood, less blood is produced. So like that, they will be weak and all. Now we have already discussed regarding the vitamins. Vitamins are the guards of the body. They gives you the immunity and helps all the organs and all to fight against the diseases. Alright? They are marked as vitamin A, B, C, D, E and K. Some important vitamins are the vitamin A. Vitamin A protects eyes, skin, hair, and you get vitamin A from milk, butter, carrot, etc. There are many things from which you can get. We get vitamin B and series of vitamin B. Vitamin B1, B2, B6 and B12. And you get it from the wheat, you get it from potato, yeast, and you get it from green leafy vegetables. And children, most of the time you say vegetables will not eat. It's not that. Tell the parents to supply you green leafy vegetables. That is very good for you. Anyway, so this helps you in growth, makes your heart strong, nerves strong, and your systems run properly, and your muscles and nerves will be strong so that you will be able to perform the work. Next is vitamin C. Vitamin C will see your teeth and gum strong. Teeth and gum strong. And you see the vitamin C causes a disease which is known as scurvy. So if there is vitamin C, if you are taking vitamin C you will get in lemons, simple lemon, and you get amla, and also you get all kinds of citrus fruits like orange and all those. So it can protect you from scurvy as well as it will give you the protection against the cold and cough, which is nowadays is very much required. Because you know COVID-19 is destroying the human beings. And so and it is the disease which comes as a cough and cold in the lung. So if you get a lot of vitamin C and all those, so your immunity will increase, so it will fight even COVID-19. Well, we have amla, citrus fruits, orange, etc. We have vitamin D. Vitamin D makes strong bones. You know, some people have bent legs and all those from the childhood. They are suffering from decay. That is a disease caused by the deficiency of vitamin D. And to prevent them, they should get to make a strong bones and muscle. Now you know the vitamin D is produced by the sun's light. Sunlight produces vitamin D in your body. So it is very good to go sometimes in the sunlight to get the sun cream. Well, now we have to discuss about the water. Water is an important food ingredient. People will say we drink the water. If you don't drink the water, what will happen? It is not that, my son. It is actually the water gives you a lot of things. Number one, you know, in the human body, all the food is going on, and there are conversion of food. Food is going on. Suppose you are taking potato, you are eating it. So it has to be simplified. If it is not simplified, the food will go to your cells. And suppose say you have eaten a piece of potato and it went somehow to the cells to in front of your nose. So what will be happening? Like a joker, your nose will be round here. Is it happening? No. Or you have taken a piece of meat, you are eating, and suppose say it has gone here and is swelling here. So it's not there. All the food that we take has to be simplified. This simplification of food by various reactions is known as the digestion. Because the body only can take the liquid form. And so all the food has to be very, very simplified, and whatever is necessary, that is they are taking inside the body. The rest of it is going for digestion. Alright, children? So, that is there for the water, and water actually gives birth to all the cells in the body. And whatever the toxic material, that means the material which are poisonous for the body, that is being taken slowly and gradually towards the system of excretion and is being excreted through the urine and by the other excretory matters. Okay, by sweat. And there is another thing is there which is an oily produce. Suppose you just rub over here, your joint of your nose, you will see a oily secretion will come out. It is a kind of oil-like structure thing that is coming out, which is known as sebum, ACBUM. This is also an excretory matter. Except of that, carbon dioxide is also an excretory matter. And we have the stool and all. That is the matter which is not needed by the body. That is not actually the excretory matter. That is the matter which is not needed by the body, so it has been given out. So excretory matter is mainly urine, carbon dioxide, sweat, pasina, and sebum. That means the oil secretion. Alright? So these are the so that has been done if you drink water properly. Water keeps the concentration of the blood in a proper manner so that it can run through your body. Water keeps the proper temperature of the body to keep the system run in a proper way. Water transports various materials from one part of the body to the other part. So there are a lot of things, and it is helping in digestion immensely because it makes the enzymes which are coming out from the body little bit dilute, and dilute enzymes work better than the concentrated enzymes. So that is how water is very much essential. Well, after all this, we have come to the last ingredient, which is known as roughage. Now, most of the times you say when you go to a hotel or at home also, today we will have salad. Now what is salad? Salad is nothing but the roughage. What is the roughage? Roughage is a kind of food which go into our body, does not dissolve or digest themselves, but they help to digest. They create in the cells the ability to suck the water, that is why you drink more water. They make your bones soft and easily passable, and also as they are green leaves are there, carrots are there, and all those tomatoes are all there. So supply a lot of vitamins. So they are very much helpful in clearing your bowels, keeping the digestive system okay, helps enormously in digestion, but never digest themselves, and then they help to create the situation that the body can run easily. Well, children, right now we are going to the next phase. Well, children, you have come to know regarding the components of food, and I have already explained it. Now here are some very short answer type questions which is given in your book, page number 16. So we have discussed today the very short answer type of questions. First one, name the nutrients present in our food which give mainly energy to our body. So which food gives you the energy? First answer is carbohydrate. And instant energy? Fats. So carbohydrates and fats. Next one. Name the nutrient which is needed for growth and repair of the body. So definitely the growth and repair is done by the protein. Question number 3. Name the main carbohydrate which we eat in our food. And there are two options of their main carbohydrate. One is rice, the other one is wheat. Because some people of our country prefers to have rice. Some people of our country prefers to have wheat. So you can write here the question is given which carbohydrate is name the main carbohydrates. The main carbohydrates are two. So you will write that the main carbohydrate is either wheat or rice, because some people eat wheat, some people eat rice. Next is which carbohydrate is present in wheat, rice and potato. Which carbohydrate is present in your food? The main carbohydrate that we eat in our food is starch. What is known as starch? It comes from cereals like wheat and all those. Okay, so starch, because all the carbohydrates are starch. Even in potato there are starch in there. Name two food which rich in fats and starch. First one, rich in fat, almonds or peanuts. Number 2, in B, we have the potato is the starch containing food. Name the major nutrients in our body. The major nutrients are carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, minerals, water and roughage. Well, next is name the vitamin which is required for maintaining the good eyesight. So, we need to have vitamin A for good eyesight. Vitamin A for good eyesight. Name the vitamin which keeps the teeth, gum and joints healthy and helps to fight the diseases. So, the growth of vitamin B, growth of heart, and what is that? That is the gums. The vitamin C is helping you to keep your resistance of the body, and also so it is name the vitamin which required maintenance of the good eyesight. And number 8, name the vitamin which keeps the teeth, gum and joints healthy. That is the just a minute. Well children, so your question number 8, name the vitamin which keeps the teeth, gum and joints healthy and helps to fight diseases. That is the vitamin C. Vitamin C fights teeth, gum and all those are making strong, and they are giving you the to fight against the diseases. They prevent you from the cold and cough, and you get them from amla, citrus fruits like lemon, oranges and all. Next question, name the vitamin which is necessary for normal growth of the bones and teeth. That is vitamin D. That is vitamin D. Well, number 9, name the vitamin which is necessary for the normal growth of the bones and teeth. That is done. Question number 10, which vitamin is produced in the human body when skin is exposed to sunlight? Obviously, that is vitamin D. That is vitamin D. And next is, name the main vitamins present in oranges and carrots. Oranges, the vitamin C, and carrot is vitamin A. Well, okay, now next is, name an important mineral present in apple. It's iron and sea fish. Sea fish also have lots of iron. And which mineral is needed to make hemoglobin present in your red blood cells? That is the mineral called iron. In addition to calcium and other material is needed for the bones and teeth, that is phosphorus. Calcium, phosphorus, calcium and phosphorus is needed. Name a mineral which is needed for keeping bones and teeth healthy. That is phosphorus. Question number 16. Which mineral is needed for the proper functioning of thyroid gland? That is iodine. Iodine is the mineral. Next is, name 2 food materials which contain a lot of water. One is watermelon, another one is lettuce. Okay. Next is, name the component of a food which helps to prevent constipation. That is known as the roughage. What is the other name of roughage? Roughage is also known as the dietary food. Okay. Question number 20. Which component of food is mainly made up of indigestible carbohydrate, cellulose? That is obviously roughage. Roughage is a lot of cellulose containing matter which gives you the function by which your constipation is prevented. Question number 21. The examples of carbohydrates are sugar, cellulose, glucose and starch. Which of these carbohydrates provides roughage in our body? Obviously cellulose. And number 22. Name 2 components of food which do not provide nutrients. One is water, the other one is roughage. Fill in the blanks for this one. Iron is an important constituent of blood present in our blood. That is all about your all short question answers, and we will come to discuss about the next part of the chapter in the next video. Thank you and have a good day.